Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. We're here in 4K in DR Studios ahead of the Saturday football show, so make sure you check that out as well. Joined by my good old mate AGT from the Cop TV.
How are we, Sean?
I'm good, mate. Aye, how are you? Things are looking good for you at the top of the league, aren't they?
Yeah, top of Christmas we weren't, but top of the new year we hopefully will be. I have to say, I know we'll get into this, but Jurgen Klopp deserves a bit of praise actually for being able to have the rebuild, and again, we're only halfway through the season, but I think the praise that maybe all the other managers get, I'm saying it, big up Jurgen for turning it around, because this time last year we were in the mud,
You
mate.
were, mate,
and we
aye.
always have awful Januaries as well, and we did last year, or this year I should say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the new year, man. Good to see you at Anfield.
He
on
does
Monday.
deserve credit, especially because bringing in Endo, people were laughing at that. People were laughing at some budget buys, the Gravenbergs and stuff, and not getting Bellingham or that big fancy name. But like you say, you're top of the league, doing well. City are trying to come back a little bit, but you said there, January's not great for you. This game is on New Year's Day, the very first game of the Premier League in 2024.
Yeah, what a way to kick it off!
What a way to
Iconic
kick
Premier
off.
League game.
Aye. No wonder it
Fixture.
got chosen. Yeah. Premier League
Honestly,
classic
it
Balties.
is. And I have to say, every time I've watched Newcastle at Anfield, your away fans are incredible. They are some of the best in the business, really.
They'll be on the booze from New Year's Eve, really. So they'll be a lively
they'll
one,
still
mate.
be going, won't they?
Oh, aye, all the way through.
Straight on the train, down to Lime Street. But yeah, great set of fans. Always is a great game. There's always drama in this fixture, whether it's at your gaff or ours, as you saw earlier on in the season. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of the ones where I go, oh yes, I can't wait to go to that game.
Jurgen Klopp had some praise for Eddie Howe earlier in the month of December when we beat Man United. He said, they played exceptional football. He really rates Eddie Howe. Nice words that from him.
Yeah.
And considering he's under pressure at the minute, apparently from certain aspects of the media and other fans. If Klopp's giving you praise, you must be doing something right.
Listen, Klopp has faced Eddie Howe many times at Bournemouth where they beat us, and he's got a lot of respect for him. I don't think he's got any respect for your man Jason Tyndall, the most punchable face in the footballing game, the sausage. Where is it? I think. Do you know what? I think I got rid of it.
Yeah, you got angry and binned it, didn't you?
Smashed it to pieces. Sausage. Giving it all that to Klopp. So listen, Klopp loves Eddie Howe. I think he maybe sees a bit of himself in him because he started off maybe in the smaller club with Bournemouth, with all due respect. Maybe you could look at a Mainz and say that, and then come to a massive club like Newcastle, maybe like a Dortmund. So the only way is up for Eddie in his managerial career. I hope you stick with him. As you said, the credit in the bank that he's got, there should be no one really doubting him. Listen, there are things that you do doubt, so early substitutions or the wrong subs or tactical errors, but the unluckiness that you guys have had this season, you can't really be at fault for all that, because the fine lines that are in it, you should really be in the next round of the Champions League. You should have really beaten Chelsea. It could have been a season. I mean, it still could be a great season, but it could have been even better. Yeah,
we'll see how we get on the FA Cup. That's the big one, and then once we get the injured players back, you'd hope for a run of form. But we'll look now at our January fixtures before, and they're absolutely honking,
not
aren't they?
looking good, bruv.
Nah, it's not, bruv. It's looking peak, bruv. So we've got some hard games coming up.
Yeah.
Got some hard games coming up, and that starts at Anfield on Monday night, where we haven't won since 1994 in the Premier League.
Well, it would be 30 years in January, it is the 1st of January, and
awful.
I'm 30 in January, so that I was 3 months old the last time.
So I literally haven't seen us get 3 points in my lifetime at Anfield. And I tell you what, though, the games have been competitive lately. I think that's why Klopp will give up some praise for Eddie Howe, because he came close last year at Anfield, 1-0 up. Should have been 2. Isaac was onside. You scored a late winner, 97th minute. And then the same again at St James's this year, 1-0 up, 5 minutes to go. Darwin gets a brace. Bloody hell.
The curse is real.
The curse does seem real,
It is
but
real,
we're getting closer. But the way our form is at the minute, I'd be surprised if that changed on Monday night. How do you see it going?
Again, there's always drama. There's always probably at least a goal for each team in it. So I don't expect us. I mean, I know we kept a clean sheet against Burnley, but Newcastle, even with your injuries, the way, if Almiron turns up, if Wilson turns up, if Isaac turns up, if Gordon turns up,
Gordon should want to turn up.
He's going to get booed,
blew, isn't he?
obviously.
Yeah, he got booed at Goodison the other week, mate.
Yeah,
they all
not
do,
surprised. And Robinson. But no, listen, if they're all on it, you have to be ready and awake. And I think, maybe Gomez is better defensively than a Simicast or a Robertson potentially, being a centre back primarily, he's going to look at Almiron cutting in, the overlapping runs. They can hurt you. Newcastle, even on an off day, they'll have a period where they put together a few passes and try and hurt you. So I'm expecting you to do that at some point. But with it being at home, with it being Mo's last game before AFCON.
Of course, it is good timing that.
Or bad timing if you're Liverpool. We're missing him for Arsenal in the Cup next week. We've hit him with his last game. You'd expect him to be involved at some point. You'd expect Núñez. He's got a little thing with you guys now, so maybe he gets a goal. Jota's back.
Great.
Gakpo's back. Diaz will be playing. Hopefully he turns up because he's been a bit quiet in the last few weeks. And then the midfield, Endo, we haven't lost a game when he starts. Obviously, Szoboszlai scored a great goal last week, but we want to see more. McAllister could be fit, but obviously we're still missing Robertson long term and Tsimikas, Matip obviously long term. And Thiago apparently coming back in January. I don't know which January he's talking about though. It could be 2025. He's a ghost, that fella. I love him, but he's a ghost. Bajcetic still out. So we do have some injuries, but we should win, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you should, realistically, especially with the way our record is at Anfield and our fatigue and injuries and all that. I'm getting bored of seeing it now, but yeah it's still not great for us. But at Anfield, Liverpool, been unbelievable, haven't you?
Yeah.
Listen, you only lost one game all season. That was a bit of space.
Yeah.
So it's not making we know how that went. You shouldn't have lost. So
it wasn't a loss. It definitely wasn't a loss. You think about it and say, if we drew that, if we beat United at home, we should. And the refereeing decisions that we've had along the way as well, with disallowed goals and, even Burnley the other night, we should have had 2 more goals that were wrongfully disallowed. We should really be 9 points clear at least if you add up all these things. Again, it's a big if. It's not the case, but at home especially, bro, I genuinely could probably count on, let me think, in the league I can count to games that I've been on my lifetime, I can probably count less than 5 games that I've seen us lose in the flesh.
That's crazy.
In the last 25 years.
And our record was getting there at St James's
rarely,
until Forest. We only ever lose to you at home. We beat Arsenal, beat Man United, beat Man City.
But it Liverpool and then Liverpool again and then Forest. And then you haven't lost to anyone else at home. It is, but that's what I mean. You rarely lose at home. When you lose at home, it's like a disaster.
Aye.
And it's like a crisis,
It felt like we on Boxing Day, mate. Trust us. But over Christmas, you beat Burnley away. But I will say, Burnley,
mate, we gave them loads
some
of
openings,
chances,
didn't you?
Yeah.
A bit dodgy.
You'll get chances.
Yeah.
You will.
Get chances, so we need to take them. Listen, we have kind of took the chances, especially like at Stamford Bridge, where we had one chance, took it, and then defended the lead for bloody 90-odd minutes and gave it away at the death. So
I was watching that, I don't know if you saw, I tweeted about 10 seconds before Mudryk scored, I tweeted, Mudryk easily the biggest flop of the season. And as I press send, I see the mentions just going mad because he scored 10 seconds later after that Trippier mistake. So.
I said in the stands, watch, he'll look like he's finally worth the money they paid for him against us, when he came on. I said, watch, this will happen. But anyways, that's in the past now. God, look towards the new year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, people. 2024.
On the bed. New beginnings.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? New beginnings, hopefully, for Newcastle, because it's been a bleak December, disaster December, as I called it. Well, aye.
Let's get a Newcastle again.
Yeah, let's get back Eddie Howe's Newcastle. So, for you, Alex, how do you see the game going in the sense of give us a score prediction from minute to minute type of thing, where because Newcastle took the lead in the last 3 times against Liverpool.
That's what
we've lost all 3 games.
That's why I'm confident you might still score. Maybe you do score first. Maybe it takes that to wake us up. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's just like with this Liverpool team especially, I think if you score first 15, we never throw leads away. We've never lost a game this season where we've been leading. So score first, and then you'd like to think that we can kick on from there. But I'll go 3-1. It could be a goal that puts a rocket up us, or it could be a consolation. But Newcastle can and will hurt. They do it in every. There's rarely a game that goes past where you don't at least do one thing. You don't at least score one.
Yeah.
So I'll go 3-1. Sadly for you.
Honestly, if I was going to be a realist for this one, I would probably say 3-1 as well, to be honest with you. But I'll back us to somehow get a result 1-1. I'll see. We'll come away with a draw. We'll get that 1-1. And hopefully it kick-starts our 2024. Yeah. Where do you think Newcastle have finished in? 9th at the minute. It is close. I think we're only 2 points off 6.
You need to buy some people. I would say, with a slight Newcastle hat on, 6th.
I'd take that all day,
but if you don't do much and it continues this way, kind of where you are. But I want you to finish at least 6th, so you get a few away days next year.
Oh, mate, I know. My passport wants it again already.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Buzzing
Craving it.
And you've got the Scouse Mackhams next week.
Exactly, mate. So that's a huge game.
The Everton of the North
game.
East.
Exactly. The Scouse Mackhams.
Or the Mackham Scousers.
Mackham Scousers, that's what we should be saying now. Well, and finally, can you win the league?
Can we? Yeah. We can win it, but I don't think we will. I do think City win it still. But I was saying this yesterday to someone. Can we win it? Yes, we can. We've done it before. Look at our squad, for God's sake. But will we? It's that curse again. You know how we've got one over you? They've got one over us. You know who I'm talking about.
You can only win it if there's a pandemic type of thing. Yeah.
Well, you say that, but we were 25 points clear before the
25?
The first person even got corona.
Really? 25 points clear?
Look it up. Look it up, fella. I'll get it up right now.
That's mad.
Honestly. Because people don't believe that. People actually don't believe that.
25 points? You couldn't have been 25 points clear,
LFC table...
We'll wait for this, Beal. And while we're waiting for this confirmation, make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments below. Get your score predictions in there.
They are currently 25 points clear of the table.
Was that before the
just
COVID-19
as COVID started?
What the hell happened to Man City at this point? Like, why they were 25
Bro, that's what
points?
I mean. It was not spoken about, is it? Played 29, won 27, drawn 1, lost 1, 82 points for the first 20. This is what I mean. Like, we were 25 points clear before COVID even started. It's the biggest gap, and this is during lockdown. This article went out literally as lockdown started.
March 2020. Grim times. Let's hope for a better 2024.
Yeah, for both of us and for the channel. So make sure you bloody press the like button, comment, support the man. He's out here doing God's work across all these different clubs in Europe.
Cheers, bro.
And also doing the stuff on the ground as well in Geordieland. So yeah, man, keep doing your thing.
Cheers, mate.
Subscribe.
Make sure everyone checks out the Cop TV. He'll be outside Anfield on Monday night doing fan cams. So if we do get a result, it should be a treat. You'll enjoy that more than if we get pumped 4-5-0. You're probably not going to want to watch it. But watch it next week, the week after, when Robbie's in the mud. Knock him out of the cup. Hopefully so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll take that as well.
Cheers, people. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next one.
Oh, yeah.